Hey there, and welcome to the LVfirst podcast. My name's Adam Hildebrandt, and I get to be one of the pastors at this amazing church here in Lawrenceville, Georgia. And today we have the chance to sit down with our director of children's ministry, Catherine Lombard, and you get to know her a little bit. She's amazing, and also get to hear about some exciting stuff happening this summer, because if you don't like summer in Lawrenceville, you're not doing it right.
That's true. We have awesome things coming out this summer.
Incredible things.
All year long, really, but summer's really fun.
Yeah. Catherine, thanks for being with us.
Sure.
And why don't you, just for anybody who might not know you, tell us a little bit about yourself, your family, and what you do here.
Oh, okay. Well, myself, I'm Catherine Lombard, and I am married. We've been married to, I have been married to Ron for almost 30 years now. We have 3 kids. 2 of them are grown and married or about to be married, and then I have a middle schooler, so that makes life interesting. We've been a part of this church since 1994 and really enjoyed growing and changing with the church and watching all of our kids grow up here. And it's a great thing. As far as what I do here, well, I get to play with the kids. Their parents too, but we have a blast.
Paul, before we go on with your actual official job duties, what does your nameplate say in your office?
Oh, chaos coordinator.
Yes. Tell me more about that.
Well, I don't know that there's a whole lot to explain other than sometimes that's just about the best we can expect is we got all kinds of things going on, and if we can just manage it a bit, then that works.
I think that's perfect to describe everything that we do.
Yes. We don't want it to be boring and predictable and
No.
inside the box.
Yeah. Just enough chaos to make it exciting.
Yes.
So, children's ministry director, what does that entail?
All things kids and related to kids and their families, their parents, their big sisters, their little brothers. We of course have Sunday morning stuff every Sunday at both hours when the big people are up in Big People Church. We have awesome stuff going on the second floor for all ages, and then Wednesdays through the school year. And then, as you mentioned earlier, summer times are just off the chain. We do something all the time. There's something going on every week in children's ministry during the summer.
You and I understand what off the chain means.
Yes.
The kids would say that summer slaps.
Yes,
slaps.
It does. Yeah. But that's really not great to say in
No,
children's ministry.
I don't think, we don't want to, agreed.
Yeah.
Give me just a real brief, like Sunday morning kids programming. What does that look like?
Well, that would be depending on your age, because we have something different for all of our ages. My assistant, Kelly, does fantastic things for those that are 4 and under. So if you go down the nursery hall, you find Play-Doh and video and cookies and all the things telling the Bible stories. And she and her team just do a fantastic job with the littlest ones.
I frequently see them in chef hats.
On Wednesday nights.
Oh, okay. All right.
Not to say we wouldn't use those on Sunday mornings, but we usually save our cooking for Wednesday nights. But yeah, Sunday mornings are great on the nursery hall. If you come around the corner to the studio, we have 2 different hours of programming. Some of our kids come to both, some just one, but that means that we have something different at each one, talking about the same Bible story, but we change it up a little bit. If you look for our 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders, they actually lead our 11 o'clock hour. They do everything. They work the AV booth. They advance our slides. They check our microphones. In fact, they stand on the stage and do what you do. They share the message. Have a little help with a script, but they make sure that everybody is learning the Bible story that day. Yep. So yeah.
And having a 4th grader about to be 5th grader of my own, I can say that he looks forward to serving each week. I mean, he tells me exactly what he's got to do and exactly where he's going, and he's learning Bible stories, and he's talking to me about Scripture not just because he's the pastor's kid, but because of the programming that you're doing. It has nothing to do with me. It's everything about what he's learning with you guys. So I'm so grateful for what you do, and just it has an impact in my family, and I know so many others.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. And we call those kid leaders ambassadors. They are truly ambassadors of Christ, but also of our church and our children's ministry. And so they're leaders, and I always encourage them to lead by example.
Yeah.
So
the big thing that we've got coming up in children's ministry is a little thing called VBX.
Yes.
What does VBX stand for, and why VBX?
So VBX stands for Vacation Bible Experience.
Okay.
I do know how to spell experience.
It
It starts with an E,
It does start
but the
with an E.
X is capitalized in that word, for sure. So VBX stands for Vacation Bible Experience, and it is a blast. And coming up next week.
So what's the difference between like VBX and, my grandma's vacation Bible school?
Yeah, the word school. You don't want to go to school, do you? I mean, didn't you just finish school?
We did just finish school.
Right. So we're not going back to school.
Okay.
We're doing Vacation Bible Experience because we do crafts, we do games, we do music. We get into all kinds of trouble, and it is not school.
I love it.
Oh, but we do learn things.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of things, but it is not school.
So tell me about this year's theme and like some of the things that we're going to be doing.
Fantastic. So the theme is twists and turns. It's sort of got a board game, all games really, but particularly board game theme to it. And the bottom line is that following Jesus changes the game, changes everything. And so that's what we're going to be looking at this summer. And each day we're going to learn a different story about Peter. And through that story, we're going to discover things about Jesus, that he's worth following, that he's for everyone, and that when we follow Jesus and get to know him, it really does change everything. And so that's what we're going to spend the week doing.
Nice. So real quick before we move on.
Yes.
What is your favorite board game?
Okay, so I think we've already established I might be a little old school here. So I love like Scrabble and Bananagrams. I don't know if Bananagrams is really a board game, but
I mean, it's played on a table. It's a
and you can play it when you're bored.
Right, and it's basically Scrabble, just in a different format.
Right, and I like Othello. It's a little bit of strategy.
Okay.
It's also old school. But in recent years, my kids have introduced me to Ticket to Ride.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
I kind of like that one.
I love Ticket to Ride.
The only frustrating part about that one is, and it's good for you because you can't control the whole situation. You have to react, and I don't know, but that's a fun one. So those are probably my top ones these days.
Yeah, we're big fans of Ticket to Ride at our house, but we'll play just about any game. We like board games.
Yes.
We like anything along those lines. So back to VBX. I show up with my kids in tow on Monday morning. Like, what time do I get here? What do I do with my kids? What are they going to experience?
Oh my goodness. Well, definitely. We start at 9:30, so you're going to want to be here a little bit before that.
Right.
Because we want to start ready to
Early
go.
is late.
And hopefully you've already registered. But if you haven't registered your kids, that's okay. We can help you do that. But definitely get here early on Monday if you haven't registered yet. But we'll help them find their classrooms. They'll get to know their teachers. And I haven't mentioned yet the youth. We have so many youth involved in helping VBX, and they make it.
Mm-hmm.
We couldn't do it without them, and boy, do the kids love them. So when you bring all your kids, they'll meet their teacher, they'll meet their youth helpers, and then we'll hit the ground running. We'll start off with a Bible story each day, and then rotate through a bunch of different fun things, and end with our closing, and you'll just wonder where 3 hours went. So
Awesome.
yeah.
So I love VBX and VBS because so many people, if you ask them about their faith journey, they can point to some sort of VBX-like experience that was so impactful in their lives. And it could be 50 years ago, and they can say, I remember going to VBS at my mom's church, at my grandma's church, at like some church as they were traveling during the summer. I remember as a kid, we'd go to see my grandma, and she'd put us in VBX at her church. And so I have memories of those experiences, and they're so formative. Like, I would love to hear from people what their favorite kind of growing up VBS experience is.
It is. It is so cool, like hearing those stories, but also those youth that I mentioned.
Yeah.
A lot of them were coming back because they remember coming up through their years in VBX, and they want to share that with other kids. And I think part of the secret to all of this may be the songs that get stuck in your head.
Ooh.
They get really, really stuck in your head. Yeah.
We got some good ones for this year?
I think so. I'll admit I've only listened to them a little bit because we have a fantastic music team, and I have turned all of that over to them this year. So I don't want to learn them till they teach them to me, because they teach them in a way that just listening to them you don't pick up. But they come up with great motions, a lot of sign language. So when they teach those songs to us, it's a whole different energy, and we will learn them once they teach them. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, if an adult or if a student wants to get involved in serving, how can they do that at this point?
So the easiest thing to do is just to email me. But if you go to our VBX page, and you can find that on the children's ministry page of the website, that'll give you all of the instructions that you need. And we'd love to have you.
LVfirst.org.
Yep, /children.
/children.
Yep,
VBX.
all of the information is on there, and we would love to have you. Yeah.
All right, Catherine, pop quiz. Favorite ever VBX theme?
Ooh, that's not fair to make me choose.
You got to choose. You got to choose one.
You know, favorite theme might be, I don't know, I liked the In the Wild one we did a few years ago.
Well, that was a good one.
But that's sort of just recent memory stuff. I have, there was one from way back, I want to say probably 25 years ago. And I wasn't directing VBX at that time, but participating in it. And it was about creativity, and they had a beautiful song in there about I am a masterpiece. And so loved that one too. So, but this one's going to be just as good. So maybe this one's my new favorite. I don't know.
I know.
I don't know.
I'm looking forward to finding out, because this one might go in the favorites box. I loved Destination Dig a couple of years ago.
Oh, yes.
I know it was a little different because we had to do
it was fantastic.
outside.
Yes.
But it was like, what better theme
Yes.
to have to do outside than Destination Dig? I thought that was awesome.
And there's nothing wrong with the Christmas song in summer.
Okay, we didn't have to go there.
I'm just saying, those get stuck in your head.
Since we are there, favorite VBX song?
Ooh. Again, well, like I said, I loved the one from years ago about being a masterpiece created by God. I think that's, if kids leave with a message like that, then that's okay with me. There have been some good ones, though. The Christmas song in summer got real stuck in my head. I'll admit that.
I'm a little upset that you brought that up.
Yeah,
because
sorry.
Now, the rest of the day,
that's what's going to happen. I know.
I'm going to be singing that song.
I know. But
if you guys if you don't know what that is, you can go, like, nothing wrong with the Christmas song in summer. Just type that into your Google search and it can be stuck in your head too. Enjoy. It's brilliant. What are you most looking forward to about this year's VBX?
Oh my goodness. I think just having everybody together. You may or may not know that we invite the kids from Kids Crossing Learning Center to participate with us as well. So it is really nice to just have kids that regularly attend our church, kids from Kids Crossing, and kids from our neighborhood, the community around us, all together in one place with our youth, with our adults. I think there's going to be about 350 people together in the building this week. I may be way off on those numbers, but I think it'll be about that, and that's just going to be exciting. For everybody to be taking time out of every day of a week to just to spend time learning more about God and spending time together and singing and doing crafts and playing games and having fun. So,
well, I love that we so intentionally as a church invest in the next generation.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're not doing it right if you're not doing that. If you're not investing in the next generation, then you got to think about that. And that's something that we do really well here as a church, and grateful for your leadership in that. And I'm looking forward to VBX. And then 2 weeks later is this little thing we call camp meeting.
It is.
Where we all gather together at our campground, 700 Brazelton Highway for...
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
So much fun. That might be I don't know. That's one of my favorite things too. I have
It's
so
like-
many favorite things.
Yeah,
This is a problem.
There's 2 weeks in the month of June that we say are the best weeks
Ever.
ever, and
Yep.
but they're like back to back
Yep.
almost, which is it's hard to compare because they're
different.
They're very different. But children's ministry has things going on during
Every
camp meeting.
night. Yep.
Every night.
Yeah.
So like I can bring my kids with me
Yeah.
and they can have a good time as well. I don't have
So
to
much fun.
wrestle
because-
with them the whole time.
Nope. We have a great children's pavilion and children's area. And since we're outside, we get to do all kinds of fun things that we don't usually get to do in the building because, we don't want to mess up the floors and stuff like that. But it's okay at the campground. So
And the older kids,
the older kids, again, serve in leadership. They help every night. But they have a special opportunity during one Monday. And we're going to be going to Treetop Quest, doing some group building, bonding. They even get to spend the night at the campground that night, have a little campfire, and late night worship, and spend the night out there. So that'll be fun too. But yeah, it's a week full of fun, and just if you haven't been to the campground before, it's a fantastic place to just hang out. So yeah, looking forward to that.
camp meeting's going to be awesome. We've got a great group of preachers coming, and the music is
Yeah.
always good. The food is great. It's such a good week.
Yeah.
And I love being out there, and hopefully this cooler weather holds and we get a
Yeah.
little bit of that for camp meeting. That would be nice too. So, all right, last question, Catherine.
Yes.
If all these parents who are bringing their kids to VBX next week, if they wanted to bribe you or say thank you for all the work that you invest in this, would that be coffee, chocolate? Like what?
Oh, my
would,
goodness.
What would the best Catherine thank you be?
Well, I love smiles and hugs a lot.
Yes, everybody
I do.
loves
I really do.
smiles and
I
hugs.
really do.
But I need something tangible.
Something tangible. Oh my goodness. Well, my nieces and nephews call me anti-eater because I do love to eat. So I don't know what that says about me, but I'm always in favor of food. But honestly, I just love smiles and hugs, to be quite honest with you.
There's going to be lots of them next week.
So as long as they're having a good time and we're having a good time. And I will say, we jumped from VBX to camp meeting, but we have a wonderful Wednesday between those two things and several more times through the summer. So I'm just saying there's always something going on in children's ministry. So if you head back to our children's page, you can find out about those too.
So all of the summer activities,
Oh, yes.
LVfirst.org/children, they're all there.
Yep. Lots of opportunities to hang out with us this summer.
Yeah, those are fantastic. So thank you. And if you want to help out, if you want to get involved in any of those things, either go to the website, shoot Catherine an email. She'll get back to you. And I'm just so grateful as a parent and as a pastor for the work that you're doing with the next generation. So thank you, Catherine.
Of course. I love it.